Welcome back. You're watching the Oneness Wellness Lifestyle Show. I'm here with Reverend Claire Middleton, and we're just having a wonderful time talking about this, how to use it, capital I, small t, how to use it. And we've been talking about how we don't have to get in 5 o'clock traffic, and that we can create, we're so powerful. God working in us, or how we use our mind, or what we believe in, we are so powerful that we can create illusion.
Yes,
that's other than the perfection that God created, and be living in some illusion.
Yes,
oh, that's scary.
And have conversations with people, and talk about it. And the more we talk about something, the more we stabilize it as a reality in our life.
That's scary, Rev.
And so part of what we really need to do is be mindful of what we are speaking, what we are watching, especially what we're singing. People don't realize how powerful, when you are singing, you are putting emotion in your words and all this energy in your words. And so there are times that we are singing things that we really don't want to have show up in our lives. So part of what I'm saying to you is we have some responsibility here in the outpicturing of our life. That we really need to look at what we are thinking, expecting, saying, who we are spending time with. And, biblically we're told, come ye from amongst them. When you are really thinking about changing your thinking, you sometimes have to come away from the people that you've been with for years, because you're going to begin to speak differently. You're beginning to monitor your thinking. And so you want to give yourself a chance to be stable in this new idea that you're experimenting with. And I say experiment because life is an experiment. And you can hear the things I'm saying and you can say, oh, that sounds good, but well, try it.
Try it.
That's all I can say. Try it. And if normally you go to a particular store and there's a lot of lines, what I want you to do is walk in that store and begin to proclaim for yourself that you're able to move in and out of that store quickly, which means that a new line may open up. It may mean that you're able to gather the things that you normally get very quickly, and people move through the line quicker than normal. Usually for me, it's a new line opens up.
Yes.
And your experience begins to be different. And what I like to do is, okay, so I tried that. Let's see, that worked today. Let me try it tomorrow.
Yes.
Did it work? Maybe I need to tweak something. Maybe in my heart of hearts, I was saying, oh, this isn't going to work. And you remember what I said before? If you don't believe it'll work, it won't work. That's part of the process. Whatever you're believing, God says yes.
Yes.
God says yes to.
So my experience is, I grew up in the science of mind. So my dad taught me these things, but when you get out in the world and people, you start taking on the quality of the people that you hang out with. So whoever it is you're hanging around, there's a saying that you're like the birds of a feather, and that the 5 people, closest people to you, you're all basically the same. So birds of a feather. And so I knew it was very powerful for me when I came to the Center for Spiritual Living, because I began to associate with people of like mind. And it accelerated what I already knew worked. And because of that acceleration, some of the most miraculous things have shown up in our life. I mean, my life is barely recognizable from when I first showed up at the center. So as a testimony, and we've got to get some folks on here to give their testimony about how it works.
Yes. Which is interesting. We've just started doing that. I've observed that in traditional churches, that's one of the things that people do is testify.
Yes.
So we've started doing some testimonials and sharing how life changes because you change what you're thinking and what you're focusing on in your life. But it really, I want to go back and reiterate that it's a responsibility and it is a conscious choice to think a certain way. You are consciously choosing to think a certain way. Where oftentimes we really just move through life almost like zombies. We don't challenge things that people say, And when we don't challenge it, the God within us takes that as that we believe that. And so that begins to show up as our experience. But when we really say to ourselves, okay, there is a possibility of my having a better life, then you have to consciously choose ideas that align with that better life. And you have to consciously decide that you're going to speak those things into existence.